Well, it's a First Alert Weather Day, joined again by meteorologist Tania Michelle. Tania, you know, we're staying out ahead of this and watching this system starting to really evolve. Now we've seen our first tornado warning of the day across North Alabama.
Yeah, it's really important to stay proactive and not reactive. So we're trying to give everyone the latest updates, and we will continue to do so throughout this evening. That severe threat is not over. It's still a First Alert Weather Day. So we're going to send it over to you, Wes, to give us the latest updates on what you see on that radar.
Yeah, and first up, this is the new development that we have for you. First alert that a tornado watch could be coming soon for our area, and this may include a good part of our coverage area. There has been what we call a mesoscale discussion issued by the nation's Storm Prediction Center, and they say a watch is likely. So you'll probably get that alert very soon. All modes of severe weather still possible. We've been watching to the northwest, but those areas to the northwest right now, the storms are behaving, and then you can see that increasing risk for areas off to the southeast. That's one of the new developments today as well, is now we're seeing where things really may phase up here in areas south and east later on this evening. So I know a lot of the talk's been about all the severe weather north and the more enhanced risk for severe weather, but note that to the south, you certainly want to be weather alert as well. That's why I've been saying no one location's immune from that threat for strong to severe storms for tonight. Hopefully we get through this. And I mentioned earlier, I've had a lot of folks asking me concerned about this weather and for good meaning. You know, the statistics of any one location being struck by a tornado is always on the low end of the scale. But we always say, you know, even if it's a 20% chance of rain, there's always that chance some areas out there will be under a threat. So just be weather alert. As we always say, be prepared, right, in these situations. And hopefully we'll get through this with very few warnings. But this is a live look from North Alabama. This is from Montesano there in the Huntsville area, looking north towards that tornado-warned storm. And you can see that the base of the storm is quite visible there to the north. And look how the sun's breaking through. This is actually from Green Mountain there. Some very heavy rain with that severe storm off to the north. The temperature is 70. Notice the dew point there is even lower, showing 60 degrees. We got more soupy air where we're located, but there's the tornado-warned storm now around Hazel Green, and that warning polygon does extend right there along the state line into Tennessee. That's staying well north of us. Notice this, though. You can see some more storms lining up. This is the leading edge of the drier air that's starting to punch to the east, push its way to the east, and that's going to help to lift the air, so we'll see more storms popping up here. So not quite out of the woods with respect to the risk of storms across our far northwest areas. Still could see a storm. Notice we got a tornado watch over in Mississippi, but I'm really watching also to the south here for some of this new development to see what happens with this over the next couple of hours. So next 24 hours, again, you can see the chance for storms still continues to ramp up there 8 to 9 o'clock as we get into the 9 to 10 o'clock time frame. And this has just updated, by the way. We get hourly updates on the forecast radar data. This is showing by 10 p.m. the greatest risk is pushing into south and eastern areas, as you can see there across East Alabama, and tomorrow we'll have some big improvements out there during the day, so expect those weather conditions to greatly improve. There's a lightning forecast, and you can also see that ramping up there as well, so we'll certainly have some rumbles out there tonight, but hopefully these storms stay below severe levels, but we'll continue to track it for you. Lots of updates throughout the evening, and right now you can scan and tap our First Alert Weather Day QR code that is on the screen, and that will help you with downloading the First Alert Weather app. But we also have a lot of great information, a one-stop page on how to find nearest storm shelters. We have maps on there, how to program your weather radio. So a good time as any to have that information and continuing tracking those storms as they move through the state. We turn now to our Brian Henry, who is currently in West Alabama. Brian, what are the conditions like? See, it's still a little bit of sunshine trying to break through the clouds there.
Well, Wes, here in Tuscaloosa County, at least here all day today, it was relatively quiet. We had a little rain and some wind, and right now, as you just mentioned, the sun is poking out. Still, nobody took a whole lot of chances. EMA directors such as Michael Wisdom and Lamar County say they've seen gusts of around 15 miles an hour all day today in Lamar County. Wisdom says some of the storm shelters are open right now in Lamar County, and they may open a few more if it really gets bad.
The main issue really is always have multiple ways to stay informed. You know, weather radio being the best. Don't count on the sirens because, you know, they're, I guess they're not reliable at times. So, and of course the news, and then we've got our mass notification system that we've got implemented in the county that they'll get alerts through it as well. So.
Lamar County School District leaders dismissed classes around 1 o'clock today. Now closer to home here in Tuscaloosa County, both school districts canceled all after-school activities because of the impending threat from the weather. In Tuscaloosa, Brian Henry, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
All right, Brian, we certainly appreciate those reports there out of West Alabama. And check out, this is actually from our sister station, WFIE, that covers Indiana, Kentucky, and Illinois. As storms moved through western Kentucky today, it ended up flipping a mobile home and on its side, and on US 41, a gas station in ruins after being damaged by winds up to 80 miles per hour. You can see that the roof is completely torn on this gas station, and some very active weather happening there. And this also comes as a confirmed EF1 tornado tore through Nelson County in Kentucky earlier this morning. It hit northeast of Chaplin with winds of 90 miles per hour. Our sister station WAVE in Kentucky captured the footage of a home that sustained some of the damage. Thankfully, no one lived there, and it didn't take long before people started to show up to help with the cleanup.
Most all of us grew up here together, so if anybody needs anything, we're there for them. Yeah, I run a trucking company, and my brother called and said, "Hey, need a truck up there." I said, "I'll be up there in just a few minutes." So we brought the truck, and sisters here, brothers here, a lot of neighbors, everybody around. Yeah.
Crews are still assessing the damage left from the tornado.
And in West Virginia, also seeing severe weather today with tornado-warned storms. Take a look at this footage shared by Evan McNeely through X, well, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. This was after a severe squall line that was capable of producing straight-line winds, and tornadoes stretched from Ohio to West Virginia. These storms took down several trees and even caused a billboard to fall. And in 30 seconds, we continue to track storms as they move across central Alabama, and we'll bring you more footage from severe weather happening across the country. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
And welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt. It's a First Alert Weather Day. We've been providing a lot of updates throughout the afternoon and evening here. We're still waiting to see this tornado watch that's likely going to be issued for our area. Right now, a tornado warning, though, that we're still monitoring. This is in North Alabama right now, Hazel Green, an area there being impacted. And just going over to the rotation tracker, you can see from high top radar right now, the rotation on this is showing a much weaker return at this time, so we'll keep an eye as that moves on. This is not a confirmed tornado warning, but it is radar indicated there across North Alabama. As we go to the rest of our area, seeing some storms starting to intensify around Selma. Need to watch this one here. Let's see what the rotation rate looks like on this. It still looks like some weak rotation, but a storm that's near Brantley, the way this storm is moving at this point, it looks like it's going to stay south of Maplesville and south of Clanton. This is US Highway 82 right here, runs up to Centerville. That storm there's tracking more towards the northeast direction as well. But there's going to be more of this happening here over the next couple of hours as the threat for storms ramps up across the area. We'll continue to track this. Tania?
Yeah, thanks, Wes. Absolutely. And continuing, we're going to have some more live coverage of those severe storms as we head now to Josh Gant, who is currently tracking some of that rain and stormy weather that we've been seeing all throughout the afternoon. Josh, where are you at right now, and what do you see?
Yeah, hey there, Tania. We are coming just outside of Hamilton, so we're making our way back south. We kind of want to get in position in the event some of these storms later on decide to do any damage or whatnot. We just kind of want to be in the right place. So we are moving right now. We're on I-22 heading back to the Birmingham area. Like I said, just coming out of Hamilton, and it has just been raining here all afternoon. We're going to give you a look at kind of what we are seeing right now. Just some wet roadways right now along I-22, so if you have to be out and about on these roads, be careful because they could be a little slick. But we did go through a few showers earlier on in the afternoon. You know, it kind of felt like covering a tropical storm. Because it felt very soupy out there, and we would get these storms would come in, you know, every 30 minutes or so. So it really felt like we were covering a tropical storm out there. And then toward the very end, maybe about an hour or so ago, the sun came out and we had a very brief rainbow that we got a picture of, and we sent some video in. So hopefully you all can see that a little bit later on. And then within 5 minutes, we went through another downpour. And so right now, pretty much all quiet. It is in the low 70s right now in Hamilton. Like I said, we're making our way on I-22, making our way south to try to get in position in advance of some of these other storms that might fire up later on. We'll send it back to you.
Every third cousin.
And I just wanted to show you guys real quick where we're seeing Josh Gant at right now. This is our storm tracker. He is heading towards Interstate 22, still right now in Marion County. But as we continue to talk about severe weather as it moves across the United States, hail fell in Mississippi during the early morning hours due to the storms that moved through their area. This is what parts of the South Haven, Mississippi looked like this morning as those storms pushed through. This is video from our sister station, WMC in Memphis. Most places, including Olive Branch, received pea-size hail. And the countdown continues for the total solar eclipse on Monday. And meteorologist JP Dice takes us to the skies as he talks about how the eclipse can potentially impact air travel.
The Great American Eclipse could make a mess of air travel on April 8th. The reason: increased traffic from people interested in experiencing the eclipse from the sky. The FAA is expecting private aircraft to converge on the path of totality. This could mean reroutes, delays, and holding for aircraft. Essentially, it means a lot of airplanes in the same airspace. Mark Spencer knows all about this. He flew his airplane to see the last eclipse in 2017.
Well, Mark, my question is, during the last event, how was the air traffic? How was that to deal with? Was it very crowded in terms of other people trying to do the same thing as you?
It was very crowded. I know that Memphis Center and Nashville were extremely overworked in those circumstances. I think a lot of traffic actually got routed over Huntsville, brought down through 10,000 feet and brought through Huntsville. Air traffic going into Atlanta, if you can imagine that, from how overloaded that sector was. And we were very fortunate that we got to get out when we did.
Tell me what it was like viewing it from the air, what we're seeing in this video right here from your airplane, 2017.
Sure. So it was certainly a very unique experience. There were just some oddities, I guess, about the way that shadows were cast in the airplane that were just kind of strange because as we got a little bit closer. And then once we were there, my goal was to try to see the actual shadow move across the earth. And we did get to do that, but it wasn't like this defined line on the earth as much as it was like a really fast moving sunrise and sunset. And then
This time, the biggest travel impacts will be airports located along the path of the eclipse: San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Little Rock, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Buffalo, and points in between. Delta Airlines is even offering several Eclipse flights that depart Texas and land in Michigan. Word has it, those flights have already sold out. And of course, just like on the ground, it is especially important to not look at the sun during the eclipse without proper eye protection. JP Dice, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
All right, great report there, JP. Of course, it looks like Monday we might see some cloud cover around. Hopefully, the peak for the eclipse, of course, for us, it's going to be a partial eclipse, will be at 2 o'clock Monday afternoon. So that's the peak time when we'll see the greatest coverage, 80 to 90%, and you will certainly need some eye protection. So as we look at the radar at the moment, we've got heavier storms to the south. The Weather Service reporting that we'll have a watch coming here this evening, tornado watch. We're seeing a tornado warning across North Alabama. This is north of Huntsville and lifting into Tennessee. But I'm watching back to the southwest as well, some more storms that are developing. But you can see this storm now, the warning polygons mostly over the state line, but this is staying north of Huntsville, and now looks like that risk has lifted north of the Hazel Green area. But mostly what we've seen so far, a lot of rain. We've had some storms, some rumbles out there, but this is still an impactful system. You can see back to the southwest, more storms developing. We're going to have to watch these as they lift in towards the northeast and here towards West Alabama. If you're in Utah, Sumter County, Greene County, let's keep an eye on these storms moving in from the southwest direction, giving you that first alert. These storms around Bay Springs are non-severe at the moment, but as they continue to lift off to the north, they may grow more intense. Notice how the dew points are in the 60s out there. It's feeling kind of tropical. We see low 70s in areas to the south, and then back to the west, you can see the back edge of the moisture axis is in the Mississippi. That's the actual front, and as that kind of kicks on to the east here, it will help to kick off even more rain showers and thunderstorms. I think to the northwest, that risk is starting to lessen up a bit. We'll continue to watch the radar, though. Until we get this out of here, we just need to be weather alert through this evening. But this is another update of the forecast radar data, and it's showing by 8 o'clock. Those storms are rolling into West Alabama, Tuscaloosa, and the parts of Jefferson County. You can see around 9 o'clock, storms storms lined up from Demopolis to Birmingham and Gadsden. And then at 10, 11 o'clock tonight, this is mostly pushing into East Alabama. And the winds shift around and the temperatures take a tumble tonight. So we'll get this out of here after midnight. We'll have some big improvements for our Wednesday. But just because, you know, we're forecasting these conditions to become favorable for possible severe storms, hopefully we'll get through this with very few warnings. I still, as I mentioned yesterday, I don't see a major outbreak kind of scenario, but certainly could see some warnings out of this tonight. So make sure you are weather alert. The good thing, this will not roll in 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll see this move out for most areas to the central and western areas again by 10, 11 o'clock tonight. I want to mention this code right here. If you scan that, it's not only good for tonight, but good to have for April, which is typically one of our most active months when it comes to severe weather in Alabama. But that link will take you to how to program your weather radio, where to find storm shelter locations across west central and east Alabama. 7-day forecast tomorrow. You can see those temperatures in the 60s there going into the afternoon. Looks like a big drop off tomorrow night down to 41. Check it out Thursday morning, 41 degrees there. Big turnaround from near 80 today. And Thursday night and into Friday morning, let's go back to the 7-day forecast and we'll get back to this. Okay, into Friday morning, you can see 38 degrees, a first alert for frost, and then Saturday morning, a first alert for some patchy frost there early in the day. So a couple of mornings where we're going to have some really cold temperatures, and you'll want to make sure that you protect the plants. But Monday and into Tuesday of next week, it looks like we'll see increasing clouds. Chance for some showers on Monday night. Again, I mentioned the solar eclipse. It's going to peak at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so hopefully we catch some cloud breaks. Those showers will increase, possibility of a thunderstorm as we go into Tuesday. But I want to go back. That was a beautiful picture. We just actually had it entered into our system. But that's the First Alert Storm Tracker. Josh Gant captured this. You can see a lovely rainbow there over Marion County. And thankfully, it's been rainbows and sunshine and rain that we've seen so far, and no severe weather across that part of our coverage area. But you may see the storm tracker out there tonight moving south at the moment in the area south of Birmingham. That's where we're going to be watching for that chance of storms to continue here throughout the evening. But meteorologist Tania Michelle joining us now. Tania, we're seeing more out of North Alabama. That one tornado warned storm that's moving into Tennessee. Looks like we've got some ground truth here.
Yeah, this is from Sunbright, Tennessee, and this was sent in, from our sister station. And this is from Justin Sperling, but I wanted to show you that we've got some downed trees there. It looks like it just missed the majority of this building there, so grateful for that. Not a whole lot of structural damage, but just how big that tree is, that already goes to show you how strong that storm was that pushed through the area. We have some more photos here. I want to swipe through. Here's another one. Now this one has major structural damage. I can even zoom in and you can get a better view of this photo here. You'll be able to see that this building has literally lost a whole section of the wall and even portions of the roof. And I mean, it just goes to show you cannot play around when it comes to severe weather days. I mean, when we have even the slightest chance of a severe storm, you want to make sure that you are staying weather aware and alert. Be prepared and not scared is what we like to say. Another picture of that same building there. Just look how devastating that damage is. My goodness. So please, everyone, be weather aware throughout the rest of this evening. That severe threat is not over. We're still tracking the chance for storms throughout your evening tonight, and that threat will likely not be over until about midnight. So stay with us. We'll continue to give you updates. And of course, we'll have another check on that radar right here. First Alert Weather Extra. We'll be right back after the break.
smoke appears on the screen?
While spring cleaning, some often overlooked tasks can be crucial for maintaining the integrity of your home. Mark Olson, a home expert with Hippo Insurance, says it's a good idea to head outside.
Starting with your roof, you're looking for any missing shingles, any streaking, which can be an indication of moss or algae growing under the shingles.
Also inspect gutters and downspouts for any blockages that could lead to structural damage. Check for chipped paint, rotting wood, and signs of pests like termites, which can cause significant damage. But it's not just the outside of the home that needs attention. Olson stresses the importance of inspecting the interior as well.
Similar to your attic and checking the roof, getting down to the basement, making sure you're not seeing water.
All right, so just in, sorry we had to cut out there, but we want to let you know a tornado watch has been issued for our area. This includes all the counties in our coverage area. This goes until 2 o'clock in the morning. So again, as we've been saying, Tania, we're still seeing a risk for tornadoes.
Absolutely. Throughout your evening tonight, make sure that you don't just go to bed without setting that weather radio, turn on those audios, and stay with us right here.
We'll see you at 7:30.
Absolutely. Have a good night. One of the slowest.
We're going to do cut-ins. We need to get the bug on TV.
Yes. Let me tell them that.
Yep.
You want the crawl too?
Do you want to do Bell Media right quick?
Yeah, let's do Bell Media. And we need the bug and the crawl. Ooh, I do not like hearing that. Hey, give me just a second. Wes is tweeting. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, I have the tornado watch graphic, Wes, if you want this. Yes.
Their wording is a few tornadoes are likely.
Why isn't this centered? How do you center this? There you go.
about WSI.
Well, the live wire is WSI. I don't think it has it? Let's see here. Bear with me here. Gotta get all this stuff updated.
Grab some pizza before you go. Yeah, girl. Oh, no, just kidding. We're keeping you here tonight.
Yeah, period. Yay. What can I help with?
You and Brody are still up. Nope.
What's the,
Can you drag the 7-day over here? I could use it real quick. Oh, thanks, dude.
got stuff in the show in the moment.
And now, a WBRC Fox 6 weather
Very
first
good,
alert.
Very good. Yeah, very aggressive. So keep that up, and let's stay after it. Let's try to get some of those packages that we talked about. Let's start thinking about next week.
Okay.
We get some stuff set up.
This is the right one, right?
Yeah. All right, Kim. You be careful, okay?
I will. Y'all too. Y'all be
Bye,
safe.
Kim.
Bye.
Okay, I'm ready now. Bam.
Are we doing Bill?
Yes.
Let me get ready then.
All right, let's do it. In 3, 2. Hey there, everyone. First Alert meteorologist Tania Michelle here with a look at that 7-day forecast. We have some rain probably lingering around for us by Wednesday morning, but looking mainly dry with cooler temperatures. Matter of fact, that overnight temperature with your Wednesday afternoon temperature is going to be fairly close, if not very much the same. But notice that we're only really getting cooler as we approach the end of your work week. By Friday morning, a first alert for frosty conditions in our forecast, especially for our counties north central Alabama. And by Saturday, we've got some even cooler conditions. Temperatures there in the mid to upper 30s. It's going to be a chilly morning. You may want to walk out the house with a jacket or sweater. By the afternoon on Saturday, though, we're expecting highs to warm up to the mid and upper 60s, partly cloudy skies. A little bit warmer for your Sunday there, low 70s with partly cloudy skies. With our next chance for rain, sadly around for April the 8th. That's next Monday, the great American Eclipse Day. Well, I know we're not going to see totality, but if there's clouds around, we may not really see much of it at all. So check in for updates on cloudy conditions and that possibility for rain next Monday and Tuesday by checking in with your local newscast right here at WBRC Fox 6 News.